Hello! Do you know what the most spoiled fandom to ever have existed is? Is it Throne of Glass? No. Is it Zama Doyle? Definitely not. Is it Percy Jackson? Close, but no. You guessed right. It is the Shadowhunter fandom. I mean, think about it. We've got an awesome author that interacts with us on daily basis. We've got a movie and we've got a series coming on. We've got a prequel series, another prequel series, and two sequel series. We've got canon fan art. We've got loads of other fan art. And we've got the Shadowhunters Codex and we've got the Bane Chronicles. And now the most recent blessing that Cassandra Clare has gifted us with is the Tales of the Shadowhunter Academy. What is the Tales of the Shadowhunter Academy? It is, much like the Bane Chronicles, a collection of 10 short stories that follows Simon after the events of City of Heavenly Fire. It is co-written by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Rees Brennan, Maureen Johnson, and Robin Wasserman, I'm sorry for killing her name. So the last story came out in the 17th of November and I'm so excited that I get to review this thing finally. I need to warn you from the beginning, it's going to be spoiler ridden. There are going to be spoilers about the mortal instruments, the infernal devices, the Bane Chronicles maybe, the Tales of the Shadowhunter Academy. This review is whole Shadowhunter fandom spoilery, so if you haven't read anything from the Shadowhunter fandom, go read it and then come back. So I'm going to break the whole collection into stories and talk to you about it story by story, since it's the easiest way to talk about such a kind of book. So if you want to understand what kind of a journey Tales of the Shadowhunter Academy have been, you need to go back to the days after City of Heavenly Fire, when you were devastated about what had happened with Simon and you thought you were never going to learn how things went on with Isabel and Clary and everyone, and you thought he'd just stay like that, having lost his memory of everything. Think how devastated you are and think how happy you were when you learned that the Tales of the Shadowhunter Academy were coming out. I know I was totally ecstatic when I learned that. I fangirled with Lenny so hard. And then came the first story, Welcome to Shadowhunter Academy. We get to see what the Drake the Shadowhunter Academy is, we get to meet new people like George, and we get to get devastated about the sis in this one. I mean, I was so happy, so very happy when Isabel came into the Shadowhunter Academy and told them everything she did. It was so funny and so nice and so perfect. And then Simon has to chase after her, which I understand, but I didn't like. He has to chase after her and tell her all that, and I was so sad about the season in this one, and I was so sad with everything, and I thought it was going to be a collection of fun and happy stories like the Bane Chronicles, but obviously that wasn't the case. My broken heart wasn't mended in the second story, The Lost Herondale. It was a cool story. I am not sure that many more Herondales can fit inside this world, but I still want to see where this thing is going, because I think we're going to see that Lost Herondale in the next books. And still, my main problem with the story is that my heart kept being broken and I was kept being beaten with so much cheesy confrontation that I couldn't stand it. Also, poor Katarina. I could like her very much in this one. The next couple of stories focused in the past and our beloved characters from the Infernal Devices and The Last Hours. The first one, or actually the third one, was the Whitechapel Fiend, which featured Wessa, Jem, Jack the Ripper and James holding his spoon, which was the cutest thing ever. Of course, there was no meant whatsoever in the Sizzy relationship, but I'd gotten used to that until then, and I was just happy about Wessa and everything. The full story, Nothing But Shadows, was about the next generation, the TL8 generation, and we got to see the beginning of James's and Matthew's friendship, and I was very happy to read about that because we already knew that it was going to be a legendary friendship and everything, and Cassie has told us that it is going to be unlike Will and James relationship, so I was happy to get to see how it began, and I look forward to seeing how it will play out in the last hours. All throughout, dabbling with past and seeing Wes and them in an atmospheric London, or James and Matthew in an old Shadowhunter academy, Simon gets to evolve and gets to take decisions and gets to be the good person that he inherently is, and I am very happy to see that because Simon is not only about Sizzy after all. And now in the fifth story, it's kind of the epitome of that thing. The fifth story is probably the one that elicited the most feeling out of me. It's called The Evil We Love, and it also runs in two parallels. It's like the first parallel is Robert Lightwood telling us the circle story and how Valentine was this captivating being that he was, and how he enthralled the circle members to follow him. And the other parallel is Isabel being in the academy and being just as enthralling as Valentine. And I was so angry with her and so freaked out. I can't describe the sense of relief, profound relief I actually felt when I discovered that Isabel was acting the part, and that it was I think very genius move of Robert Lightwood's to actually teach the new Shadowhunters about how enthralling someone can be and how easily swayed you can get. It was palpable, the relief was palpable, and also there was good Sizzy in this, so this is one of my favorite stories because firstly, relief, I've never felt a relief like that, and then Sizzy, which was good, which was passable. They didn't get at each other's throats, and I'm very happy about that. And of course, in Evil We Love, I need to mention poor Robert Wayland. The poor thing was treated so badly by Robert, but of course now Robert has repented and he's really trying with Alec, he's really trying with the fact that his son is gay and everything, and I am happy about how much he's come forward, but still I was very heartbroken about Michael because he didn't get a happy ending, he just got to die when Valentine needed him to, which just proves that Valentine is an ass, which we already knew. So, the next story is Pale Kings and Princes. This is one of my favorite story titles because it refers to the John Keats poem La Belle Dame sans Merci, and this is one of my favorite poems. This story is all about Mark and Helen's father, and the main thing that has stuck with me from this story is that fairies can love, that fairies are capable of loving. This has redeemed fairies so much in my eyes. I know that the whole point of the cold piece is to show us that fairies are okay too, and Shadowhunters are assholes for treating them that way, but I think that this story was necessary in showing us that fairies are beings too, they're sentient beings and they can love, and they really don't deserve Shadowhunter wrath. Also, the CZ from the 5th story on is starting to get really good. It's still fragile and it's still terse and you're still shaking and think that someone is now going to mess things up, but no. Poor Ellen Blackthorne is suffering so much in this one. Fairies continue being in the spotlight in the 7th story too, Bitter of Tongue. Another Blackthorne is suffering in this one, and this time it is Mark Blackthorne, whom I actually didn't really care about in City of Heavenly Fire because there was so much going on, but now I got my heart broken about him too, so he is quickly moved to being one of my favorite characters that I most anticipate reading about in the Dark Artifices. But there were happy Blackthorns in this story too, because we had the Helene wedding and it was beautiful, and there is still hope for Mark after all. There is still hope for the Blackthorns after all, and I hope everything works out really well for them in the Dark Artifices. The next story, The Fire Trial, was all about Clymon. It was about them being able to become Parabata even though Simon is technically 18, which I hadn't even thought about before. And we'd already seen bits and pieces about Clymon in previous stories and some interactions, either heartbreaking or heartwarming, but this one was all about Clymon, and they got to be together and interact together and see how important the one is for the other, and they got to be best friends again, even with Simon's memory loss. The next story is probably everyone's favorite. It sure is my favorite. Born to Endless Night is all about getting a Malek baby, and it is so funny. It's so funny and so good, and it's everything I ever needed. We get a Malek baby. It is blue. A whole bunch of training fighters that are about to save us, the mundane world, doesn't know how to hold a baby. Simon walks into Malek having sex. That is probably one of the funniest parts, if not the funniest. Magnus knows how to hold a baby. Alec knows how to hold a baby. And then my favorite kind of mess ensues, and it is a Shadowhunter mess. Magnus walks inside his room and gets to find Jace on the floor, stuffing crevices, and Izzy on a chair for God knows what reason, and Mary screwing over the baby in Alec's arms, and Robert swooning because of the baby, and then Lily walks in and handles a downwater situation with Alec like a pro, and then she realizes that there is a baby in the room and there are people in the room, and then they keep the kid and they name him Max, and I'm crying because Robert and Mary's were the ones to propose that they named a blue warlock boy like their deceased son. So you can see how far they've come and how okay they're trying to be with their gay son being with a warlock and adopting a blue warlock baby. They're even eager to give it their son's name. But the thing I love most in this story is Alec's character development. I mean, think about Alec in City of Bones and think about Alec now. Alec has come out, he is not afraid to kiss his boyfriend in front of a hall full of Shadowhunters, and he also is very friendly with Downworld. He's handling the Downworld problems like a pro. He is in total control of his life and he is happy. He has his boyfriend. He's not jealous anymore. The character development is at its absolute best form in how Alec has come to be from City of Bones to Born to Endless Night. After gushing about Endless Night, the last story came out and it was Angels Twice Descending, and you just need to watch the process of me reading Angels Twice Descending. Oh Miji, the final Shadowhunter story is out. Let's read it. Oh, Clymon, and then oh, CZ, and then oh my god, finally, Season 6, finally. And then oh shit, he's so going to die. And then he's ascending. He got his memories back. He got his memories back. He has his memories. He knows whoever, brain melt. And then, no, 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 George, no, he can't be dead. He can't be dead. Oh no, he's dead. I knew it. I'm so sad. Susie, Climont, Jessamine, they're in London, Jessamine. I'm so happy. Look at me, I'm happy. I'm happy. And then I was like, oh, it's over. I finished it. I'm going to write it down on my book list. I'm finished. The Tales of the Shadowhunter Academy are finished. They're finished. And what am I going to do? How am I going to read without a monthly dose of Shadowhunters? What am I going to do? I need to read this immediately. I need... Oh God. What am I going to do? So yeah, as you can see, Tales of the Shadowhunter Academy have been a wonderful journey. We were sad and then we were happy and then we were sad again, but it did mend my broken heart. I am so happy about getting this chance to get closure in the whole Mortal Instruments story, and I'm so grateful for Cassie being the wonderful human being that she is. So I think that was all for the Tales of the Shadowhunter Academy review. And please feel free to leave a comment down below and tell me what your favorite parts about the Shadowhunter Academy was. And also feel free to fangirl, because I sure was fangirling when I read those stories. So give me a thumbs up if you liked this video, and please go and subscribe down below if you want to see more like that. So that's all for today. I guess I'll see you next time. Bye bye.